Hello Scorpio, welcome to your love and relationship tarot spread for the month January 2021. This is going to be a spread for the Scorpios focusing on the person in your life and your love relationship. I will of course provide a secondary perspective for the single Scorpios out there who are looking for love right now and are interested in all that jazz. Let's look at these cards together, Scorpio. And that perspective for the single Scorpios will come right after I go through what's coming up with the coupled up Scorpios and the person in their life. Let's look at these cards together, shall we? Got it. Queen of Cups. The Eight of Wands. Six of Cups. Emperor, the Fool, Death card, Scorpio's card. Okay, so far already 3 major arcana. Okay, major. Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, ooh, Tower card. All right, so big energy. I guess Scorpio, you know what's been going on. Let me think. Okay, so big things have been going on, big changes, kind of unexpected changes and shifts in your love life and romantic life. Okay, let's get into the cards then together. I feel like that something has recently really taken you off guard in terms of your love relationship, Scorpio, and that's kind of what you're entering watching this reading in with, like this feeling of, whoa, that came out of nowhere, so unpredictable, so surprised. There is I have this water sign energy here. You know, this is, I guess, you Scorpio, you're coming out, oh wow, I have 3 cards that are associated with Scorpio here. I mean, this is actually the Sun in Scorpio, which is, if you are a Scorpio, of course, where you have the Sun, Death card, major arcana. I have this water sign energy here with the Queen of Cups in the middle of the reading. All right, so things have been happening really quickly around your love relationship at the moment, Scorpio. A lot of movement, a lot of communication. You're having to reach out to a lot of people, or a lot of people are reaching out to you in regards to your relationship for whatever reason. There's a lot of movement taking place and shift and change around the nature of your relationship currently, Scorpio. And this is it's good movement, it's momentum, it's synchronicity, it's synchronized motion. I have 2 8s as well, 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands. So it's this kind of cataclysmic change, the momentum and change and shift that's currently happening around your relationship now, Scorpio. Yeah, for some of you it came totally out of nowhere, but for others, you know, you may have seen this change coming, but it's really starting to roll now. And the 8s in tarot do represent kind of cataclysmic shift or change, wherein the action that takes place during the 8s, things are never really the same again. For better, for worse, for better, I think, for better. This is a nice reading. So lots of movement, lots of change happening around your relationship. It's a beautiful relationship that you have with this person. You're very aware of that. You're very aware that you are actually very good friends. Maybe more than anything, but you know what? This is the sexy 6 in tarot, okay? You know, all the 6s are kind of the sexy 6s, but this one in particular, because it's Sun in Scorpio, because Scorpio's, you know, associated with sex and, you know, the erotic in relationships, I see this coming out as perhaps an indication that procreation, we have this younger child in this image here. There is an association with procreation here, and you know what, that might be very much on Scorpio's mind at the moment, shifting their relationship from perhaps being a person that doesn't have children, maybe this big shift, big change, maybe there was an unexpected pregnancy, but something has made you more conscious of either your friendship with your partner and how rooted in just love and mutual respect and understanding it is. This partnership this is a card of the past and nostalgia, so it maybe tells me that, you know, this is a relationship that's been stood the test of time now. You could have been friends before, but I see an energy of either Scorpio, you're very aware right now that your relationship is you know, it's it's got that friendship vibe there, as well as love, and as well as, you know, connection and emotional fulfillment. A really happy card with this. Or else, you know what, Scorpio, you are thinking about getting it on to have that baby, or have a child, have another child, something like that. Okay. Yeah, you're very, I feel like you're the control freak in this relationship. You're the, you know, person that really doesn't really like any change. This Tower moment might have taken you, really thrown you for a loop. I have Aries represented by this card, which is the other sign like you, Scorpio, that Mars rules over. I have Mars ruling over this Tower card. So you know what, there has been a big transit through the sign of Aries, Mars through Aries from June. It ended just yesterday, which for me recording would have been the 6th of January. That could have been putting a lot of focus on a certain area of your life, in terms of your relationships for the last 6-7 months. You know, that's going to really be very, very intense for the Scorpios watching out there that have Libra rising, Scorpio sun, Libra rising. You may have noticed a real shift of focus and intensity on your relationships. If it wasn't the Mars in Aries transit that heightened focus around your relationship, Scorpio, this Emperor card is telling me that it took you a long time to let go of control with this person. It took you a long time to surrender to them. You were really, you know, you had to always be right in this relationship, and I think that you've become more flexible, definitely. The past energy of the Fool card, so another major arcana, you guys are really going through a big shift in your relationship at the moment, to change for something else. This in the past position was, you know, it was like the commitment has changed now. This is a much more free, liberated, couldn't care less, easy come, easy go, happy-go-lucky character. It's very, yeah, it's just very live in the moment, no plans for the future, nothing like that. Just taking it as it comes. And that's the energy that's leaving this reading. So I do see transitional period, like the card of transition here, your card, Scorpio, you are the sign of transformation. So this is why Death card is associated with you. It's the death and rebirth cycle that Scorpio goes through many times over in their life. We see a real shift from this freedom, and it could be just a shift from singledom. Something ends when the Death card energy shows up, but it's really just so something can begin again. So we are leaving something behind. Fool card in the past reading, leaving this relationship spread, is a say goodbye to freedom. In a sense, you're taking on more responsibility now. You have been taking on more responsibility for quite some time now, Scorpio. And you know what? It's just a different phase that's underway in your relationship now. Something is ending. You know what? I think though, Scorpio, to look at this in an ending of, it could be an ending of your worry. You're very worried about something at the moment. It might not be your relationship. For some of you, I think you're feeling a little bit ostracized from your partner, or even alienated from what they're doing in their life. You're kind of thinking that you're not really on the same page at the moment, or you don't really see where your partner is coming from. I'm seeing some Scorpios with this. This is, you know, Scorpio, and then a Taurus card, your sister sign. That could be the person you're dealing with, Scorpio, is a Taurus, and you're very worried about that person in your life because you just don't really understand them, or you're just not on the same page about something. But that could be coming up for some Scorpios. I do see some sort of an ending or transition taking place in your relationship, and I don't mean a relationship coming to an end, but an end of something that is not fulfilling either of you is coming up. A transitional phase where something is going to take shape and transform into something else. So in some way your relationship is transforming, but something has to go. We have to get rid of something in our life or in our relationship that's really not working anymore. What could that be? I see another energy of walking away, and you know, this does talk about either, it can be a second chance in relationships, but more so I see it as realizing that something isn't fulfilling and moving away from it. Let's look at this in another way. Scorpio, if you are not the Scorpio that's listening, that is really happy with how your, you know, relationship is going, and yes, there is a lot of movement around it, but in a positive way, I see, there may be some shift and change in your relationship. You know it's coming to an end. You know that there's probably something better out there for you. It's just about working up the courage to actually get the ball rolling and momentum start happening so that you can start to pursue some other avenue in your life or kind of change trajectory on where you're going within your relationship, where your relationship is going. If it doesn't signal an ending, and this is only, I think, going to apply to the Scorpios watching, that it has become recently extremely clear to them that this relationship is undergoing a transformation and change towards an ending taking place. This is for some that are acutely aware of that and that have actually already made that decision to walk away in search of something a little different, leaving behind love and commitment and fulfillment, but it just wasn't satisfying you, or there was just something that was missing from it. So I think you guys will know about that change. And if that is who I'm speaking to now, Scorpio, the people that know their relationship is changing and ending, know that with death coming up in the near future, that it is going to be a transitional period for you, but it is for alignment and to put you on a trajectory that is, of course, more soul-centered, more aligned, more fulfilling for you, because there's a real sense of worry around your relationship for some, and it's because you feel alienated or left out in the cold by your partner. But all in all, you're hopeful about, the passion in this relationship. For some of you that know that there's an ending coming up, or you feel that shift already, it's not that there wasn't passion and spark there. That's definitely what there was. It was something else, maybe. It was just something that had outgrown, or something that came to you and took yourself by surprise. For the Scorpios that are happy and they're, delighted to be with their partner and all this change and shift coming around, there may be just that you hope to ignite more passion. This also does talk to me again about this procreation. We have this sexy six, we have the sexy Queen of Wands holding her wand. And this is just talking to me about wanting to ignite more fire. This is our fire queen, more fire and passion into the relationship. All right, and then coming out of the outcome, Ace of Swords, everything becomes clear to you now. All this movement, all this momentum and change has been unsettling. Things, big massive cycles of Scorpio's life has come to an end, or kind of started a new cycle altogether. Wrapping up my singledom or your singledom to enter into marriage, or wrapping up the relationship altogether and going into singledom. But something has shifted and changed for Scorpios in terms of their relationships in a really big way, and it's all kind of become clear to you. It's all kind of making sense now. All of this momentum and change that's happening right now, Scorpio, if it hasn't become clear to you yet, everything's going to start making sense, if that makes sense to you. Let's look at this quickly from a perspective of a single Scorpio who is looking, okay? So yeah, again, something may have just really taken you by surprise with another person in your life. And it's kind of made you, you're focused on yourself, but you're also focused on nurturing yourself, and that's a really great foundation for you to start in this Queen of Cups energy, Scorpio, as in we're starting from here. We're starting with a manifestation. This is the manifestation of self-love. So that's where we're starting. That's where we're working from. Well, we can only go up from there, I think, and we can only give love to another when we have this lovely cup filled up, water spilling everywhere, water being our feelings. Yeah, some of you are definitely in touch with somebody at the moment. This is a Mercury card, so I think of communication and texting really fast, or to like a correspondence going back and forward, something that's very excitable for you. I think single Scorpios looking for love. You really need the passion in your relationship, and it can't be boring. It has to be moving all the time. It can't stagnate or just lay low on the ground. You want constant excitement and movement. For some of you, you are very much thinking of another person coming back into your life. The Eight of Cups can mean a second chance or go around again. And some of you, it's looking good, I have to say. It is looking good if you're looking out for somebody for a second chance to come around. That's looking pretty optimistic. I don't see any huge red flags around that second chance. So for some of you, that's what you're very much actually focused on. Some of you have already started making communication with this person that you're hoping to ignite a second chance with. Somebody from the past. Yeah, well, of course, if it's a second chance, they gotta be from the past, right? But somebody not just from the past, somebody that there's a very deep, fulfilling, emotional connection with. Somebody that's your friend, almost like a ride or die person. You're sad that this came to be. You're sad that it didn't work out. Scorpio, I think if you have nobody in your life, but you are looking to meet somebody, it may involve having to leave something behind, not necessarily a person, but a behavioral pattern or a part of yourself that gets you down anyway. It might be a little bit about surrendering control too. But if not, Scorpio, it's time to really, if you want to meet someone and get yourself out there, I think you're ready. You know, your cup is filled up with love. It's time to get moving. It's time to get going. Emperor is telling me, you know, time to take control of the direction of your life. If you don't want to be single anymore, get yourself out there, communicate, reach out to people from the past. If there is somebody, or you know, that just never the timing never sunk up, or was never in sync like that. I see synchronicities with the eights. So I see that timing could be right to reach out from somebody from the past and see if it's possible for a reconciliation or another try around at happiness for you two. Because at the moment you're feeling pretty lonely. I think single Scorpios out there, it's a lonely time of the year. It's been a tough year in general, and this five of discs, or five of pentacles, coins, whatever you call them, this is the Lord of worry. I mean, it is that just that will I ever meet somebody? Am I going to always be alone, left out in the cold, feeling pretty lonely and isolated from the world? That's not good, Scorpio, but something's changing. Watch out for a huge shift in energy coming up for you in the next couple of months, Scorpio. In terms of your relationship right now, something will be kind of transitioning. So if you're single, the ending that could be taking place will be to that singledom, and you know, you may be becoming committed to another in the near future. Something is ending to be reborn and rebirthed. That's why I think it is possible for some, for a second chance and another go with something from the past, because we have these energies of reconciliation and past, but we see this change. So something will be shifting in terms of that. Yeah, and I guess you're just going to know all about it pretty soon. I guess it's just going to become more apparent to you what I'm talking about, is what I think the Ace of Swords is. You're thinking, gosh, what could this be? Or I don't have anybody from the past. Keep an open mind, because something is going to be revealed to you soon, maybe through the Death card energy. But it's kind of just going to tell me that things are going to be coming clear to you. You're going to kind of have a better sense of the person, who the kind of person you want is. You're going to have a more clearer and more sense of clarity, and just more clearer view on what it is that you want, who it is that you want, and what's meant for you in terms of love life. Okay, I feel like single Scorpios watching, yeah, you've been pretty reckless maybe. You hadn't really been acting with caution in your love life, kind of getting into things that were pretty hot and heavy, and you know, that made people think like, or you maybe felt like, whether or not people spoke to you externally, but that you were judged by your actions, or like that, you know, you were acting kind of crazy, or not even crazy, but just recklessly, and really not thinking about protecting your heart space or protecting your own feelings. Just, I think, jumping in head over heels without much thought or action or consequence. And you might be going over that now, Scorpio, that are single, and you're thinking, I won't do that again. I'll shift what I'm doing now. I want more sort of sureness, or I want to be convinced that what I do next, I'm not going to be making any reckless moves that kind of will then come back and bite me in the ass by some big surprise shock event. Yeah, 10 of Swords under that, like leaving me feeling completely crappy. Okay, so Scorpios, that is going to be your love and relationship reading for the month of January 2021. If you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed to this channel already, I would love if you would do so. And I will be back, I think, with regular scheduling of my readings for January 2021. Not love related, Scorpio, just a general look at the month ahead for you and your sign. Take care, and I will see you soon.